Woo. Hey, how you? Oh, I love you. What's up, baby girl? How you doing? I can't make it happen.
Are you tired of not being able to meet normal people in normal settings? Let's face it, dating's tough these days. You're young, mildly attractive, and you even know how to spell. The problem? You're busy all the time. You're in school, you have a tough work schedule. It's hard enough joining an intramural ultimate frisbee team, let alone plan an event where you can mix and mingle with similar, like-minded individuals. And let's face it, you're not going to find true love among all the 18-year-olds when you're up in the club, bottle full of bub. We've come up with a potential solution to these problems. The solution is called HOT, Hang Out Together. Join this online community where you can meet similarly situated individuals. It's easy. Just sign up with us and take your pick of group activities. A Blue Jays game, kickboxing class, rock climbing, fine dining. These are just a few potential options. Hang out. Get to know people in an organic environment. At the end of the activity, let us know who you'd like to see again. It's easy, it's fun, it's relaxing, it's natural. If you meet someone right with whom you click right away, great. If not, that's okay, it's just the first time. No worries. There are many more opportunities to keep hanging out and meeting new people. After all, it's about the journey, not the destination. So join us, don't delay, and sign up today.
To review our presentation from Stage 1, our group surveyed the online dating services industry and discovered that there was an opportunity or coolness gap in the online dating services market. Our interviews revealed that individuals thought that there was a negative stigma associated with online dating, which deterred them from participating, even though they were looking for alternative ways to meet people. As a result, we set out and developed 3 concepts to address the concerns raised in our interviews and to capitalize on the identified coolness gap. Our first idea was to create a social platform integrated with Facebook that would allow individuals to meet others for the purpose of pursuing romantic relationships in a Facebook forum. They could see whether they had mutual friends or interests and could use the application to chat and send messages. Our second idea was to have a phone application that would allow people to download the app and receive notifications every time someone who was also subscribed to the dating app was in close proximity. Finally, our third concept was to have a service that would allow individuals to fill out questionnaires regarding their interests and hobbies, and the service would match individuals with similar interests to go on a group date organized by the company. Based on these concepts, we set out to test them in our target market.
I like number 3, the activity-based one, because there's so many activities that guys do just to meet girls that they don't really like. For example, clubbing. You're never with your boys on a Friday night and just out of nowhere you're like, guys, I feel like dancing tonight. I gotta move it. No, you go there because girls are there, right? But number 3 is good because you don't have to go clubbing. You can pick whatever activity you like. If you could meet girls at Shoppers Drug Mart, every guy would be at Shoppers Drug Mart, right? But with number 3, I like rock climbing. I like eating in Thai restaurants. I like cooking. I can do those activities, enjoy those activities, and also meet girls in the process. And they're doing the same. They're interested in the same things, so they're more likely to have things in common with me, and probably there's a better connection other than just like picking up a drunk girl at a club who you probably don't have that much in common with other than being drunk. Yeah. So number 3. But here's the girl's perspective, which is, especially if you're a younger girl, still university student, or young professional, I want to go to these activities, but I don't want to get hit on all the time, because if I'm a young, pretty girl, that's happening constantly. I'm being approached by guys in Starbucks, in school, at work. Guys are asking my number here, there, everywhere, right? If I'm joining an activity, I want to do that activity without the sort of threat of guys approaching me trying to ask whether I have a boyfriend or not. So that's one of the things to look out for, I guess, as a girl.
I think for myself, the one that you mentioned about linking up with an activity is probably the best one. I guess the reasons for that is that when you're busy or you have a demanding schedule, you can sort of pick and choose how you want to interact with other people. So, going to certain activities, pre-planned. That would be sort of, I think, cool. I think I might just enjoy going to the event, and I guess there's less pressure because you're doing something else rather than just being there to pick up someone.
So as between the three options that you've set out, I like 1 and 3, but I'm actually more inclined to choose 3. And the reason for this is with number 1, with the Facebook social media option, I think a lot of people are starting to get overwhelmed by the use of social media. They're trimming down their friends list, they're upping their privacy settings, and so I think it might actually lead to a lot more frustration than it's worth. I think number 3, or the third option, is better because it's an opportunity to actually get to know people and meet them in person in a way that you can't get to know them on Facebook chat or through messaging or whatever may be the case. I also think the third option would actually facilitate better results because you're in a group setting, you're interacting with a bunch of different people, and it's easier to kind of see what you like and what you don't like and get an option to meet that person later. So as between 1 and 3, I think I would definitely pick number 3.
Though the potential consumers that we interviewed seemed divided between alternatives 1 and 3, the majority of those who filled out our paper questionnaire indicated that they would be most interested in a dating alternative with the characteristics of the activity-based group date. Overwhelmingly, the reason stated for this preference was that alternative 3 was the most organic and comfortable option. We believe we've combined the best characteristics of organizations like Meetup, which allows groups of people with shared interests to organize events for each other, and speed dating, which allows those searching for a romantic connection to attend events organized by others and be exposed to a variety of potential romantic partners all in one spot at one time. All that our consumers would have to do under this alternative is simply fill out a questionnaire indicating their hobbies, interests, and preferred activities, and then choose whether or not to attend bi-monthly events catering to those preferences. They would attend with a group of like-minded individuals who also are looking to date but moreover enjoy the same things, like wine tasting, rock climbing, sailing, etc. So the pressure would be off of scoping each other out and making awkward conversation, and instead on the activity at hand. At the end of the group date, each participant would have an opportunity to check off the people that they would like to see again. And where there is a match, our organizers would put these two in touch for a second date. We noticed that those respondents opting for alternative 1, the Facebook app, cited convenience as the reason for this choice, and they were looking for casual dating as opposed to serious dating, whereas more serious dating was an objective that was prominent among those who were keen on the group date option. This caused us to refine our target group to those who are looking for a more serious dating commitment. Though not as convenient as sitting at home browsing singles with the click of a mouse, we believe that the added effort of actually attending these events and mingling with the other participants will weed out those consumers who are looking for more casual hookups. Our target group would also be composed of those individuals who still feel that there is a strong stigma attached to using social media and the internet to meet a mate, and they're not quite ready to take that plunge into the online world yet. We believe that targeting the more mature demographic of 25 to 29-year-old professionals is in line with this psychographic characteristic, since these individuals are the last of the generation that did not grow up with Facebook and Twitter as a mainstay of their youth. At the same time, they're not in the older demographic of 30 plus who are more likely looking for marriage and thus would ultimately settle for an online search more readily. Instead, our target group has a greater appreciation for the face-to-face interaction that they would get on the group date, where they could get some real insight into the other participants' personalities and level of compatibility outside of the artificial online world. The group activity is also a social and active alternative to which participants could invite friends for added security, comfort, and authenticity. All of these characteristics differentiate us from competitors who may similarly use shared interests and behaviors as a way to match their subscribers, but they still rely on those subscribers to make that first awkward contact with one another through either emailing or messaging. Thus, our service would be positioned as a casual, comfortable, low-pressure, and sincere alternative within the social connections market. Perfect for young professionals who are ready to make a concerted effort to find a romantic match without straying too far from their usual routines and activities, and not at the expense of that genuine spark that you feel when brought face-to-face with a compatible partner as if by fate.
As to specifications, first, there'll be a login account. Aside from our unique activity-based gathering, our service is quite dissimilar from current dating websites. As it is an online activity, our service is centered around a secure login website where potential users will have to create an account and register themselves into our community. This will involve the user filling in requisite personal demographic and billing information, but most importantly, users will fill out a non-traditional information questionnaire detailing their interests, hobbies, and values in an inconspicuous fashion. Whereas competitors such as eHarmony are proverbial pressure cookers in facilitating romantic companionships, we want our service to produce such relationships in an organic fashion. That's key. Thus, the initial compulsory questionnaire will contain arbitrary yet interesting questions. For example, questions like, who was your childhood hero? What is your favorite type of cheese? If your house was on fire and you only had time to bring out one item, what would it be? A typical typical example of this can be found on this following slide. Next,
After registering, members will have the opportunity to explore all the amenities of the website. Right? So the layout of the website will be separated into tabular formats, similar to the tabs on an internet browser. The first tab will be one's online profile, which will contain one's personal information and the answers to the questionnaire that was filled out. The second tab will contain a list of activities for the week. Members will have the opportunity to sign up for whatever activity interests them until capacity is reached. Capacity will be determined based on the type of activity. Further, some activities will have a larger capacity, while others will have a smaller one, so that members can choose the social settings that they would feel most comfortable in. To attend an activity, each member will be required to pay an additional fee. Activities involved will vary to suit the adventure-hungry demographic of early 20s to mid-30s. Gourmet cooking classes, rock climbing, soccer, baseball games. They're just some kinds of examples of the type of activities that we would have. The third tab will be a forum where people will have the freedom to discuss all kinds of topics such as sports, current events, anything. The rationale of the forum is for people to stay connected with each other after the group dates and eventually organically on their own set up their own dates with each other. In order to ensure simplicity, we don't want to clutter the website either, so our tabs will be limited. Further, to ensure quality control, our website will have a reporting feature. Inappropriate pictures, profiles, or harassment will not be tolerated and will be dealt with by the webmaster.
So, to achieve this, the first step we'll take is to register a name and file for incorporation. The purpose of this is to avoid personal liability at all costs and bring credibility to our venture. Assuming we would start this venture today, we would want to achieve this by the end of December 2012. The second step would be to purchase a dating service platform to handle billing issues and etc. that you would need for the infrastructure. We would want to get this in place and up and running by March 2013. The third step is to hire a graphic designer to create a site template that we could get going with this. And this, hopefully, we'll hire them April 2013, and hopefully in the following month it will be done. Starting April 2013, importantly, we'll engage in an aggressive social media buzz advertising campaign, which we'll discuss the details of in a moment. And this will run from April indefinitely and be a key promotion tool. Lastly, we'll have to purchase a search engine space to get more hits, and we'll want to have this done by May.
A 1-month Lava Life membership costs $19.99 US dollars. A 3-month membership costs $16.99, and a 6-month membership costs $9.99 a month, all billed at once. Members can choose to pay in either Canadian or American funds by credit card, money order, or PayPal. eHarmony is priced differently. 1 month is around $60, 3 months is $40, 6 months is $30, and 12 months is $20. As we can see, both websites use a sliding scale in determining costs. The more months one buys, the less he or she pays per month. We hope to price our service at a premium vis-a-vis Lavalife, but not too expensive, considering young people in their 20s not exactly engulfed in disposable income. Indeed, by judging our surveys, a vast majority of our participants did not want to pay very much at all. To straddle the tension between offering an affordable platform yet retaining some appearance of quality, we would price our product at the following rates: 1 month at $22, 3 months at $19 per month, 6 months at $14 a month. These prices are just slightly higher than Lavalife, but not exorbitant. Further, the relatively low price would be reasonable, considering users would still be required to pay a fee to attend the activities.
In terms of how we would reach our customers, our channel is the internet. Although we are not a brick-and-mortar factory that must deal with wholesalers or retailers, we do require other service partners to assist us in producing these group dates, and this will be an important strategy as to how we'll differentiate ourselves to other competitors. Potential partners include gyms, restaurants, universities, the City of Toronto, and other service providers. The goal here is for these service providers to give us a discount on an activity that we'll set people up with, as we would be guaranteeing a certain amount of clients for their services. This is a low-risk partnership. If a particular activity is not filled with the minimum capacity, then the group date rate will not be activated.
Now we're going to talk about promotions. So we'll be doing both external promotions and internal promotions. So for external, in addition to purchasing advertising space from Google and Facebook, we intend on using viral marketing to get our name out into the cyberspace. Our hope would be to partner with young, upstart, independent web-based producers and YouTube celebrities that already have a large following and who could put together a quality script. To develop a larger online presence, we would also set up an interactive blog and buy ad space from Google in order to funnel more traffic to our website.
In terms of the internal promotions we'd use, it's important that when we get someone on the site committed to us, we keep them. This is about customer retention. So in order to promote repeat users and to spread news of the quality of our services through word-of-mouth advertising, we would have deals for members who have joined a specific number of activities. For example, members who have attended 5 group dates will get 1 free.
Now on to our financial analysis.
Through research, we see that there is an opportunity with a large target market. In Toronto alone, there are close to 400,000 people aged 20 to 29, and more than 1.5 million in Ontario. If we estimate only 30% of which are single and looking for a relationship, the market size is over 100,000 people in Toronto and over 500,000 in Ontario alone. Of course, there are initial startup costs, such as expenses associated with setting up the office, an online website, and presence development. But we have 2 sources of revenue: membership subscription and group activity attendance fee. Our target membership size is 1,000 for the first year, with 100% growth every year for the next 5 years. While our target attendance is 50 people per group activity event we hold. You can see that we will be able to break even by year 3 and earn enough profit to cover the startup costs and losses from previous years by year 4.
So as you've heard, we believe that there is a significant market for cool and alternative ways to meet people. To date, there hasn't been an effective and successful service that allows busy young professionals to meet others in a more casual and pressure-free manner. We believe that the group dating service recognizes the gaps in the online dating services industry and allows people to get to know one another in a fun environment. As you've heard from our interviews, there is an interest in engaging in a service of this kind, as it is a bit different from what is currently offered. Thank you for allowing us to share our ideas with you today.